Under a moonless sky, gray warships glide quietly across the dark water. Their lights are dimmed, almost invisible from the shore. Somewhere on the carrier deck, jets sit ready. Pilots pace, boots echoing on metal, waiting for orders that could come at any moment. Radios crackle with coded instructions. The sea is tense, silent, holding its breath. This is not a drill. These warships are American, moving closer to Iran's coastline. Radar screens glow in command centers, tracking every movement. The ships travel in formation, guarded by destroyers and submarines below. It is the kind of night where every shadow could mean danger. Above, the sky is thick with anticipation. Jets are fueled, crews are alert, and the order to launch could come in seconds. On land, military bases buzz quietly. Soldiers write quick messages home, just in case. Everyone knows the stakes are high. In these dark waters, a single mistake could start something much bigger. The world watches, holding its breath, as the US military moves in silence, ready, but hoping not to strike. Why does this tension matter? Because what happens in these waters can ripple out to everyone, everywhere. The Persian Gulf is home to the world's most important oil routes. If conflict erupts, oil prices could soar, making gas, food, and goods more expensive. Stock markets react to every move. A single missile or a sunken ship can send global markets tumbling. Investors pull money out. Ordinary people feel it in higher costs and uncertain jobs. Airlines, shipping companies, and factories all depend on steady oil. For millions, it could mean paying more at the pump, or seeing shelves less full at the grocery store. In some countries, rising prices can bring unrest. The world is closely tied to the flow of oil from this region. Any threat is everyone's problem. So, these tense moments between America and Iran are not just about borders or armies. They touch the wallets and hopes of people around the globe. To understand today's standoff, we must look back. In 1979, Iran's Islamic Revolution changed everything. The old king, friendly with the West, was overthrown. A new government, led by religious leaders, took power. Soon after, American diplomats were taken hostage in Tehran. The world watched for 444 long days. Since then, mistrust has grown. The US has called Iran a threat, accusing it of supporting militant groups and trying to build nuclear weapons. Iran, in turn, says America wants to control the Middle East and its resources. Each side points to past attacks, broken promises, and interference. Attempts at peace have come and gone. In 2015, world powers made a deal with Iran to limit its nuclear work, but in 2018, the US pulled out, and tensions climbed again. Today, both countries stand wary, shaped by decades of suspicion and pain. This history is not just old news. It shapes every decision, every move, and every fear unfolding now. The last few years have seen a dangerous dance. In 2020, a top Iranian general was killed by a US drone strike. Iran answered with missile attacks on American bases in Iraq. Ships and oil tankers in the Gulf have been sabotaged or seized, often in mysterious attacks. Each incident adds fuel to the fire. More recently, armed drones have targeted US forces and allies. Iran-backed groups have launched rockets at American troops in Syria and Iraq. The US has responded with airstrikes. Warnings and threats echo on both sides. The situation changes fast. New attacks or accidents can happen at any hour. Even a single misunderstanding could turn a tense standoff into open war. Both sides say they do not want conflict, yet both keep raising the stakes. These events are not just headlines, they are signs of how close the world may be to a new crisis. Now, the United States military presence near Iran is, honestly, bigger than it has been in years. Aircraft carriers are patrolling the Persian Gulf, fighter jets are standing by on airstrips in nearby countries, and, thousands of troops have been deployed to boost defenses and show strength. Every move is watched closely. Satellites are tracking ships and planes. The United States says these forces are there to protect allies and keep shipping lanes open. Iran, on the other hand, calls it a threat, warning against any attack. The air is thick with suspicion. Warships are moving in tight formations, ready for anything. On shore, Patriot missile batteries scan the sky for incoming threats. Out at sea, submarines slip quietly beneath the waves, unseen but never sleeping. This isn't just saber rattling. These preparations are real. The world waits, hoping the show of force is enough to keep the peace. Behind every uniform and headline, there are people. United States soldiers talk about long nights on watch, missing their families and the heavy weight of what might come. Some write letters home promising to be careful, but, honestly, knowing the risks. Their families live in constant worry. Every phone call or news alert makes hearts race. We pray for peace. We hope our loved ones come home safe, says one mother in Texas. They try to stay strong, but the fear is real. On the other side, ordinary Iranians live with uncertainty too. Many worry about war, shortages, or losing jobs. We just want to live, says a young shopkeeper in Tehran. We are tired of threats. Life goes on, but always with a shadow. These stories remind us that every move on the chessboard touches real lives, on both sides of the line. There is a narrow stretch of water called the Strait of Hormuz. It's just 21 miles wide at its tightest point, yet about a fifth of all the world's oil passes through it each day. This makes it, honestly, the most important energy choke point on the planet. If the strait closes, oil just couldn't get out. Prices would skyrocket. Some ships might risk mines or attacks, but others would stop moving. Countries far away would suddenly feel the crunch. Factories could slow down. Transportation costs would rise. Iran has threatened to block the strait before. The United States and its allies have said they will keep it open at all costs. This is why so many warships are here, protecting a lifeline for the world. Everyone has a stake in these waters, making them a flashpoint for global tension. What happens next? No one knows for sure. The danger is not just in planned attacks, but in mistakes. A misfired missile, a radar glitch, or a misunderstood signal could start a chain reaction. History is full of wars that began by accident. The cost would be high. Thousands could die. The world economy could stumble. Even countries not involved would feel the shock. Refugees could flee, and whole regions might fall into chaos. But there is still hope. Each side knows what is at risk. Diplomats talk behind the scenes, trying to calm things down. The world watches, hoping for restraint and peace. It is a moment balanced on a knife's edge. In the darkness, every decision matters. Tonight, warships wait in silence, and the world holds its breath. The moves we see are not just threats, but warnings, signals to each other, and to us. The peace in these waters is fragile, built on caution and fear. We do not know if there will be an attack. We do know that the risks grow with every new move. What seems far away can touch us all, in our homes and our daily lives. The lesson is clear. Peace is never simple and never certain. It must be watched, guarded, and hoped for. By all of us. So tonight, as ships move in the dark, we are reminded how easily peace can slip away. Are these moves meant to keep the peace or to push the world closer to war? Is this a warning or a threat? Only time will tell. For now, we must watch, hope, and remember what is at stake. Let us all think carefully about the cost of conflict and the value of calm.